Oh my God. This is, see, for me, this is easier to understand than the than the yoke thing. This is like, explains it so perfect. Um, I still can't think of that word for family in Hawaiian. Anyhow, JD Niger, Word of Truth, Bible Teaching with Jeff Deloach, Bolsa Chica State Beach, world famous Huntington Beach. Heavenly Father, bless your children, bless your holy children, your loving children, the ones that are yoked to you, the ones that want to know you better, the ones that are learning from you through me and through their own heart, through this word. We praise you, honor you, glorify you, because your word is the truth and your truth is the word, and the word will set you free because it's the truth. Amen. So we're in the Old Testament now, talking about yoke. A cart for the ark. So in the last video, I was talking about dragging some of you into the kingdom. Do you believe that shit? I could go into places that you're not going to like. You'll be like, God, I hate when he says that. Because it makes me not trust him. Do you trust me? You got to trust me all the time. You got to trust me. I'll just say this, and I'm not afraid to say it, because you have to, you're going to have to get it into your hearts that Satan's not your enemy. Satan's here to really work you over to get you to do the right things. When it says Satan fell and his tail drug a third of the angels with him, the cart for the ark. The cart for the ark. We're being yoked. We're being yoked to what? We're being yoked to God's Spirit, His one and only Spirit. Let me not make irritating noises on the side. It's really hard. When I get on the fourth lesson, I start getting anxious. I should probably only do 3, because I know you guys get tired. I know it. I get tired doing it. But anyway, the ark for the cart. Since I'm here and doing it, might as well just do it. Now therefore make a new cart and take 2 milch kine. The kine, let's see what it says about the kine. 2 cows. 2, the kine. Cows, the cows that are the kine. Not just any cattle. 2 cows. Take the kine, on which there has come no yoke. Who's the cattle that has not been yoked? The 2 cows that haven't been yoked. Joseph and Benjamin, the 2 children of Rachel and Jacob. Joseph drags you in because he has all the land. He's in control of all the material stuff, everything. Benjamin is in control of all the spiritual stuff. So we're 2 the kind. We're two of a kind. Opposites of the same theme. On which there has come no yoke. We don't beg nor bow. We can't be bought or sold. There's no yoke on us. We're yoked to God. Always have been, always will. And take the ark of the Lord and lay it upon the cart and put the jewels of gold which you return him for a trespass offering in a coffer by the side thereof and send it away that it may go. Bring my cart with the heart. The covenant in the heart. Take that cart, take it out, take it. Benjamin, Joseph, you two, take that cart with the ark in it, with the heart. Why? Why does Benjamin and Joseph have the heart? Because Jacob had a heart for Rachel, people. He loved that woman. They were equally yoked. He loved her so much. It's like God's love for us. It's the same theme. Yoked. He was yoked to Rachel before he ever had any children. That's the point, is he labored and labored and labored. He kept coupled to her until the very end when Benjamin was born and she died. That was a fulfillment of prophecy. And see, perceive, and look. Can you see it? And see, and understand, if it goes up by the way of his own coast to Beth Shemesh, then he has done us this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it is not his hand that smote us. It was a chance that happened to us. I'm not going to try and break that down because it'll take us into these places of pre-adventure and willfulness. That's a thin line between the will of God and the will of you. So what it's saying is the will of God is going to prevail. If it happened, then it happened. It was God's will. But if it turns into this weird fucking crooked path, like Trinity and Gentiles can't make it and Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and these nonsensical Babylonian devil thoughts, doctrines of devils, if it turns into that, then we know it was evil. And the men did so and took the two kine cows and tied them to the cart and shut up their calves at home. They took away the babies. They took away the baby calves. So what they took away our family. Joseph and Benjamin. First, Joseph was taken from his family, given to Pharaoh in a land he didn't know, right? Alone. And then Benjamin got slaughtered by his own people, alone. Very smart. Killed all his wives. Can't have children if you don't have wives. They took our family. Our family was McShattered. Joseph. First Joseph and then Benjamin. And it's just basically the same story. The kine doesn't have any family here. The two cows don't have no family. This isn't our home. We have a different heart. We already have the heart. We're already covenanting. We don't know any different. We're Israel. We're of Judah, of the southern kingdom, and Jacob, Israel. His name is Israel, not Jacob. It's Israel. My daddy's name is Israel. David. Right? And they laid the ark of the Lord upon the cart and the coffer with the mice of gold and the images of their emerods. And the kine took the straight way to Beth Shemesh and went along the highway, lowing as they went, and turned not aside to the right or to the left. And the lords of the Philistines went after them. What are we learning here, people? We're learning that the yoke is going to be there regardless. You're going to be tied to the Lord. If once you tie yourself to this cart, it doesn't matter. Why did they let the Philistines take it? So that they could see that it's not their power. Because what happened to the Philistines when they took it, everything went to hell. Don't stand against me, Tahar. Tony, don't do it. You try and take the cart. It's not gonna go. You're gonna take the cart with the ark on it. Good luck with that. And they of Beth Shemesh were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley, and they lifted up their eyes. They perceived and saw the ark and rejoiced to see it. So what are you supposed to be feeling when you're yoked to the Lord? Feel like dancing? Feel like jumping? You feel like being happy, you're joyful. You have a joy in your heart. You're like, you know what? I'm not waiting for no harpazo. I'm just waiting for my Lord to pluck me out of here. Every man's going to die on his own, lonely. You come in lonely, you leave lonely. Your spirit gets to go back to the family. You're not going to be alone. You're alone here. Oh no, there's plenty of people. Really? And the cart came under the field of Joshua at Beth Shemite and stood there. There was a great stone, and they clave the wood of the cart and offered it. I'm not going to go into that. Let's get one more. Let's get 1 Kings 19:19. So this is Bible teaching, people. This is like, I'm trying to explain to you what it means to be yoked to the Lord. There's no turning. What's it say? That's the part that I didn't bring up. You don't turn to the left or to the right. The path is straight. It's not evil. It's not a crooked path. When you're with me, we're going straight home. I'm not going to plow any area that doesn't need to be plowed. There's a purpose. There's a pattern. There's a prophetic pattern to the plowing. First Kings 19:19. Oh, I almost went right to it. First Kings 19:19. So we're talking about being yoked, being on the shoulder of power. You dwell where the power is. And you don't get yoked to nincompoops like GMS, people that are speaking nonsense. If it's too much Trinity, if it's too much, God, what are some of the Christian problems of their doctrine? Harpazo and Trinity are probably the two biggest ones. There's no rapture, people. It ain't going to happen the way they say. They've come up with some craziness. All right, here we go. Yeah, you could do a study on yoked, and you'll be busy. Elisha follows Elijah. So what is that? That's that two again. There's two prophets. There's Elijah and Elisha. I'm not going to say that's Joseph and Benjamin because I don't know. I'm just saying there's two again, right? There's two of the kind. Cows pulling this cart. These are the things that we'll find out in the end. That's why we don't know anything other than what we can get. This is kind of difficult, but I'm going to just go from here. And Jehu, the son of Nimshi, it's 1 Kings 19:16. And Jehu, the son of Nimshi, shall thou anoint to be king over Israel. And Elisha, the son of Shaphat of Abel Melahah, shall thou anoint to be prophet in thy room. Prophet, he needs a prophet. Elisha. And it shall come to pass that him that escapes the sword of Hazael shall Jehu slay, and him that escapeth from the sword of Jehu shall Elisha slay. Nobody's getting away. Yet I have left me 7,000 of Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal, that every mouth which has not kissed him. So when we were back in Samuel, when it was saying they hadn't been yoked yet, these two the two cows that were pulling the cart with the ark, they'd never been yoked to this world. We aren't yoked. And that's what he's saying again. There's 7,000 prophets, left me 7,000 in Israel, reserved, retained, remnant. There's 7,000 of us. There's not that many. Which haven't bowed the knee to Baal and have not kissed that shitty, worldly, ugly, disgusting mouth. So he departed thence and found Elisha the son of Shaphat, who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him, and he with the 12th. And Elijah passed by him and cast his mantle upon him. And he departed thence and found Elisha the son of Shaphat, who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him, and he with the 12th. And Elijah passed by him and cast his mantle upon him. Who's the 12th? Who are these 12 oxen? Who? They're the ones that are yoked to the Lord. The tribes of Israel. The 12 apostles. Get this. Which one was Elijah yoked to? Who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him, and he with the 12th. And Elijah threw his mantle on him. Anybody understand? The 12th. Who was Elisha plowing with? The 12th. See what happens? These things, the Bible's not going to change. I'm trying to explain that to you. Or the Lord's trying to explain it to you. Are you with me still? Go back and watch the other 3 videos. You're going to be friggin' amazed how the Lord works there. This isn't talking about Nate and Vocab Malone and Black Hebrew. This isn't that. This is Bible teaching, people. This is real deal. This is spiritual. Ha! Heh. Who's the 12th? Who's Elijah yoked to? Who is the 12th son born of Israel? I've said this before. I'll say it. It's not going to change. Benjamin is the prophet. The yoke is on Benjamin. Benjamin is the 12th son of Israel. That's... Hi. Some of you that have been with me are going, what the fuck? I kind of doubted that. I thought he was just talking shit. I thought he was a fucking trying to make himself sound like he's somebody. No, I am somebody. Get over it. Benjamin, 12th son of Israel. Jacob and Rachel. The family. I'm the prophet. I'm the prophet. So he departed thence and found Elisha, the son of Shaphat, who was plowing with 12 yoke of oxen before him. The 12 apostles, 12 prophets of Jesus Christ, those 12. The 12 tribes of Israel, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. I don't know who the last of the 12 apostles was. I don't know, probably Peter. I don't know, Paul. But we know the 12th son of Israel, Benjamin. And with 12 yoke of oxen before him, and he was with the 12th kine, cow. Kine, he was with the kine. And he with the 12th, and Elijah passed by him and cast his mantle on him. Cast down like a fallen angel. He cast it. He threw something from heaven. He threw a heavenly cloak. He yoked him. He covered him. He put a shell around him with some soft, gooey albumin, some egg white to keep him protected from jostling on the cart. Don't let that egg crack. And he left the oxen and ran after Elijah and said, let me, I pray thee, kiss my father and my mother, and then I will follow thee. And he said unto him, go back again, for what have I done to thee? And he returned back from him, and took a yoke of oxen, and slew them, and boiled their flesh with the instruments of the oxen, and gave unto the people, and they did eat. Then he arose and went after Elijah, and ministered unto him. I'm not going to go into that. It's not anything that I can break down properly right now. But basically what it's saying is, I'm going to come back. I'll be back for my mom and dad. I swear. I'm going to do a sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice these oxen and give it to the people. I'm going to spread the wealth. I'm giving you goodness. I'm giving you the answers. I'm giving you the truth. I'm giving you my sacrifice. I'm giving you my pledge. I'm giving you my solemn promise that you're coming in with me, people. I will not leave you behind. I'm not going anywhere till you go. Harpazo, you kidding me? My Lord said, you're staying till the fucking end, J.D. Niger. You're going nowhere. Till I tell you you're going somewhere. And so what I do, I went home and I kissed my mom and dad. I kissed my mother, Rachel. I kissed my dad, Israel. And I said, I'll be back. I'll be back. And I'm going to bring every good thing with me. Because all the good things from heaven were cast down upon me. J.D. Niger, word of truth. I love you guys. I hope you understand what yoked means. It means it's easy. Just stay with the truth. You're yoked to the truth. Don't lie. There's nothing to lie about. Believe me. I'll tell you exactly who I am. I'm not afraid of who I am. I'm not all that good. I've done some great fun sin. But God doesn't... Petty. If you're worried about your worldly sin, you are yoked to Baal. You have no spiritual chops whatsoever. And that's why I rail against that. The Lord didn't put no hard yoke on me, no burden. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And find out. and then find out how much he likes it. He hasn't hurt me. He hasn't hurt me for anything I've done. Everything I've done, every sin, you're going to feel it. But enjoy it while you're doing it. If you're doing it because you're going to feel it, it's going to come back on you. But at the same time, you learn what the Lord likes and what the Lord doesn't by doing what you do. Do what you do, and then watch what the Lord does with it. That's why it said in that passage, let's see if it turns to evil. If it turns to evil, we'll know we fucked up. But if not, we know it was just by chance. That's what the Lord wanted to do. You know the difference between evil and the Lord showing you something? He walked me into all kinds of nonsense. Fucking dumbass. JD Nija, Jeff DeLoach. Not that sharp in the world, I'll tell you. He walks me into all kinds of nonsense. I'm tired. He's saying it's now tell my people about it, JD Nija. Tell my people. Tell my lovely people that I don't expect them to be perfect. I expect them to want to know me. Tell your friends, Prophet here. We're going to build this channel. We're going. We're moving forward. I'm listening to my heart now. I'm yoked to a more powerful than this nonsense out here. JD Nija.